Hey there, Sharon Horne-Ellstrom here. Welcome to day 2, number 2 of our No Nonsense November 2021. Last year, I did No Nonsense November, and every day of the month of November, I shared a tool, one of my favorite tools. I guess I just started adding to the Get Up and Go challenge last year, a tool, because I thought there are so many tools that we use or that we have access to that we forget that we even know or have, that can really make our life easier, that can make what we want to create in our life easier and more effortless than what we're making things out to be. So last year I covered a tool a day. This year I'm just going to cover kind of a lesson learned, or a piece of wisdom that I've gleaned over my 61 plus years of spinning around on this planet, and see if you agree or disagree. I am really upfront with, this is my opinion, my personal beliefs about certain things, the things that I bring up. For example, yesterday, think for yourself. That's 100% my opinion. You don't have to think for yourself. Nobody does. I choose to think for myself. I choose to, in most instances, not just spew out things that I've heard or regurgitate things I've heard, but to ask myself, is it true? Is it necessary? Is it something I need to share? Do I really have any clue whether it's true or necessary or right or important or whatever? And decide then whether to share it or not. Now today's is take 100% responsibility, personal responsibility. PR doesn't stand for public relations. In this case, it stands for personal responsibility. This is one of my core beliefs. I think that we need to be responsible for ourselves for several reasons. Number one, nobody else is going to take personal responsibility for us. Number one, they can't, because only we can choose and be and do and feel and act and think for ourselves. Other people can try to influence us and coerce or manipulate or have power over us, but the way to negate that power is to stand up and say, I choose for me. I am 100% responsible for my actions, my thoughts, my beliefs, my experiences in my life. They're not going to all be good, but I'm going to learn something from them if I so choose. But it's my responsibility to learn something from them. Nobody else is going to help me learn the things that I need to learn from my experiences. Only I can do that. And if I'm 100% responsible, if I own that it's up to me to decide what things mean, to interpret what things mean, to think for myself, to take responsibility for my thoughts and my beliefs and my feelings and my actions, no matter what, the good, the bad, and the ugly, then I'm also reclaiming 100% of my personal power. And we can only give our personal power away to people if we so choose. People can't just take our personal power unless we allow them to, by letting them think for us, letting them make decisions and choices for us, letting them act for us, and we just acquiesce and don't stand up for ourselves and take responsibility. Now, it's pretty easy when times are tough to play the victim or make excuses. Making excuses is not taking 100% responsibility. Do I ever make excuses? Heck yeah. I have made excuses already for this No Nonsense November, saying I haven't really felt like doing it because I'm under the weather and I don't feel like doing it. But I also want to do it enough that I'm going to show up and do it. So I would love to know your take on, your thoughts about taking 100% personal responsibility. Do you believe that? Do you believe that that's possible? Do you believe it's even possible to take 100% responsibility for our actions, our thoughts, our beliefs, our behaviors, our outcomes, our results? That's the really hard part, and the scary part is if we take 100% responsibility for our lives and our choices, then we also have to take responsibility for the results and the consequences of the things we say, the things we do, the things we believe, all of the time. Not just some of the time when things are going well and it's convenient, but all of the time. So if I say something that hurts someone's feelings, I might not have intended it that way, but if I say it and their feelings are hurt, I have to acknowledge the result of what I said or did hurt that person's feelings. And it's my responsibility to then correct that situation and fix that. Or maybe not fix it. Maybe it's the end of the relationship. But then I have to deal with those and live with the results and the consequences of all of my actions, all of my beliefs, all of my thoughts, all my feelings, all my experiences. And that's I think the hardest part of taking 100% responsibility is it gives us ultimate freedom and ultimate choice and ultimate ability to create the life that we want. But it also means that we have to deal with and take responsibility for the results of everything that we say and do as well. So love to know your experience with this particular belief. Do you hold this belief to be true for you or not? Do you believe that things outside of you are responsible for you and for controlling you? Love to know your opinion, your thoughts, your beliefs, your feelings on this particular, I guess, saying. It's not really a saying, take 100% responsibility. It's a choice, just like everything else we'll talk about through the month of November. It's a choice. It's a choice for me to think for myself or not. Sometimes I choose to not think for myself. Sometimes I choose to go no mind in front of Netflix, just like everyone else on the planet. Other times I choose to think for myself and go read a book or go for a walk and think in nature and see what's going on around me in the world. And the same is true of taking responsibility. I like to believe that most of the time I take responsibility for myself, but there are times that I, just like everybody else, abdicate responsibility, abdicate results, let other people just make the decisions and the choices and then go along with the flow. But even in those situations, I realize that I have to take what happens as a result or a consequence of not taking responsibility. I have to own that as well. So I guess it's about 100% responsibility, 100% ownership, 100% creating the life that I want, you want, we all want. All right, have an awesome day. That's our No Nonsense November for today. Hopefully my head will continue to clear up and I won't have any trouble coming up with no nonsense ideas. I was going to make a list yesterday. I obviously didn't. I just thought of 100% responsibility this morning, and that's probably what I'll do tomorrow morning as well. Have a great day. If I can help you anyway, ask. Otherwise, share your thoughts on this particular belief. Do you believe it? Do you not? Do you think I'm crazy? Do you think that I'm oversimplifying and that life is way too complicated to say that, yeah, we can think for ourselves and we can take 100% responsibility? All right, have an awesome day, and I'll, of course, be with you tomorrow.